Hey guys, Boris, that's from BK Forex. Welcome to our Forex Daily Technicals for 10/22/13. As always, trading foreign exchange on margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for all investors. I ask you to read this disclaimer very carefully to understand all the risks associated with trading on margin and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Very quick update today because there's really nothing going on. We're all basically waiting for the NFPs. Euro still holding near the highs, but still can't touch this 3,700, and probably we're not going to penetrate this thing unless we get a weak NFP number tomorrow. So we'll have to see how the data goes. It looks like it's just going to be very, very sloggy trade. Monday certainly was a very, very dead trade, very little volatility almost anywhere. Nevertheless, upside here, break of 3,700 obviously opens us up to 3,750, possibly even 3,800 if we start taking out 3,750 on a super negative print. To the downside, support lies very much at 3,500. So I think even if you get a very, very good US number, unlikely the euro is going to start crushing and tumbling back down below that level for the time being. So 37 to the top side, 35 to the downside is the big spread in the euro as we open up in front of the NFPs. On dollar yen, excuse me, let me get dollar yen first. On dollar yen, we held 98 today, which is kind of actually impressive given the fact that we've had a whole bunch of negative dollar news over the last few weeks. But obviously, everything rides on the NFPs. To the top side here, a break of 99. If we print like 220, 230, that should be good enough for us to break 99 and probably hold it up there and puts us much more into the mode of going towards 100. Now, this sort of starts a whole new conversation in FX. We're doing 200,000, 220,000. It's going to start to create the whole idea of the Fed doesn't have to wait that long. It's going to want to taper early, pressure on U.S. economy. U.S. is going to be able to shrug off the shutdown, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. That's going to be the story, and that's going to be the push for yen going much higher. On the other side, the downside here is very critical because if we do get a negative print, the key thing to watch here is first the 97s and then 96s. Those are the key support levels. If both of those are broken, that's a very, very ugly print. And that puts us all the way down to 94s and possibly unwinds us all the way towards the 90s because that would suggest a very, very negative long-term stall in any kind of non-QE removal and taper story. The other trade today, which is very quiet, kind of hanging out, is cable. Cable popping to the session lows just here in Asia, but really not doing much. It certainly looks like it's setting up a lower high here, and probably amongst all the majors, if we do get a anti-dollar move tomorrow, this is going to be the weakest of the anti-dollar moves because the cable is certainly failing here in its move. We had the big move to 62.50. We had the second move here that kind of failed on a lower high, and now we're getting pressured to the downside. We'll see how the trade goes as the night completes. The support here in cable is 60. We break that, of course. That takes us. The 59.60 is the big support. We break that. That really opens up a full unwind all the way down to 57. But for now, cable is certainly looking like it's the most corrective of all of them as it comes in. And Aussie doing his hang, still relatively strong, still above 96s, 96.50s. A very, very tight range here. Positive U.S. news actually would be of all of the majors taken best by Aussie because it would suggest risk appetite growth, global demand grows, and Aussie could actually just have the shortest correction, perhaps even to 96 on any kind of positive U.S. data, and maybe even really bounce back. Watch the 97s. That would be really, really key. If Aussie can take out 97s over here, that would be a very, very strong indication that the trend here, the short covering trend, is just not over. That it's a very, very strong trend, and just as the longs got destroyed on the way down, the shorts get squeezed on the way up. So that's kind of how everything sets up for the NFPs. We'll see how everything trades out tomorrow, of course, given the data set. If it comes in line, we could be very much looking at very similar ranges for the time being. Wish you guys the best of luck, the best of trading. It's Boris Schlossberg over and out.